Sometimes he just loses it. The Cubs trying to win it against the Pirates at Wrigley. Zambrano looking for his 100th career win. Top of the 7th, 2-1 Chicago. Nigel Morgan single off Zambrano. Ball gets by Alfonso Soriano, and Morgan's going to go all the way to third on the error, okay? All right, here's where it starts to get a little nutty. 2 batters later, Morgan still on third. Nate McLeod to the plate. Zambrano, wild pitch. Morgan races home, just beats the throw there, ties the game at 2. Zambrano doesn't like the call, completely loses it. You be the judge of who initiates contact. Was that umpire and the pitcher or the other way? Zambrano tossed, then he tossed to the umpire before Lou Piniella could step in. Watch the replay. Morgan might have got his left hand in ahead of the tag there. You see the ejection by the umpire. Who has Zambrano, by the way, in the umpire fantasy pool?
Can you do that?
I'm not sure if you get a point. Well, the way we're going, you and I, we should both get Zambrano. And then Zambrano, not enough to eject the umpire, takes the baseball and fires into the stands. He'll be hearing from Major League Baseball. Suspension likely, and the Gatorade machine took an absolute beating. Of course, Lou Piniella's been there, so he understands. Zambrano, I mean, takes a good chunk out of it. He's going to be paying for that, I'm sure, as well. As for the game, Adam LaRoche drives one to deep center of Angel Guzman, and Reed Johnson, getting lost in the ivy, makes the grab. Tied at 2. It's Johnson now at the plate. Bottom of the 8th, still tied. And Johnson's going to come through. The home run off Jesse Chavez. Cubs go on to win. I'm the only calm, cool, collected one around here, it seems, said a sarcastic Lou Piniella about Zambrano. He added, just kidding. The Nationals visiting the Mets. Had to guess he was going to make it 15 in a row. Santana dealing. Just asked Jordan Zimmerman in the 3rd, and Christian Guzman. And the next batter, Nick Johnson. Santana, 6 innings, 3 earned. What is going on? 3 earned, 6 innings, 11 strikeouts in the game. Bottom 6, 1 on, tied at 3. Daniel Murphy doubles into right. Gary Sheffield going to try to score on the play. Adam Dunn comes up firing and nails Sheffield. Jerry Manuel thinks it was a home run. The umpires would review the play. The ball seems to hit off that Subway sign. Only $5. Didn't know that.
For a footlong, $5 footlong.
Didn't know about that.
Yeah.
Actually, not the turkey. A lot of times the turkey is extra. Ruled a home run after review. Mets go on to win.
Timeout. Orioles carrying the bats in this game. And Doc 19-4, ERA sub-3 against the Orioles. In the 7th, he's got a 8-3 lead, but the bases are loaded with 2 out. Nick Markakis, fly to right. Alex Rios is back there, and we're going to say out. There you have it. He's out of the soup. Halliday out of the jam. Rios makes the catch easily. Bottom 8, Toronto still up comfortably. 8-4, but a new pitcher, Jesse Carlson, in trouble with the bases loaded. Robert Andino singles to left field. That'll score Melvin Mora from 3rd, and the Baltimore Orioles trail 8-5. Still Gaston, that's enough for him. Going to the pen, brings in Scott Downs. After Brian Roberts' sac fly, it's 8-6 game. Adam Jones, line drive single to left. Now the cheese is binding. Chad Moeller from 3rd. 8-7, O's down 1. Next guy up, Nick Markakis. This time, that's down. Rios can't catch it. He can pick it up, though. Andino will score to tie the game. Jones trying to score from first base. Gun down at the plate, so it's 8-8. We're going to have extra innings in Baltimore. Top 11, same numbers. Aaron Hill, though, oh, big hitter. Get a 2-run home run to left off Danny Baez. The Blue Jays take a 10-8 lead. Perhaps that would hold. Or not. Home half of the 11th. Orioles down 10-9. 2 men on for Nolan Reimel.
That one hit in the air left field. That ball is way back at the wall. Goodbye, home run. The Orioles win. An unbelievable comeback. A walk-off homer for Nolan Reimel.
Orioles win a bonkers game, 12-10, and Reimel, there you go. Give him the old pie in the face. You know you're having fun when you get the old shaving cream.
Met batting 6th in the Boston lineup, went 0 for 4, had a warning track fly balls. They visited Minnesota. Actually, nothing went well for the Red Sox, especially for the battery of Daisuke Matsuzaka and George Gutaris. Jason Kubel at the plate, and Matsuzaka, wild pitch. Denard Span sides safely in his seconds. That's a wild pitch. Later, a same at bat, Matsuzaka throws another wild pitch, so Span advances to 3rd, and you get a feel for what's going on here. Bottom of the fourth, Matsuzaka, another wild pitch. Watch all these wild pitches. Terry Francona would say afterwards there was a lot going on around the dirt area. And he also said of guitarist that George's Canadian background helped him in the game. He was like a goalie back there. Actually, guitarist, one of the few kids in his Canadian neighborhood that didn't play any hockey. Bottom of the seventh, didn't matter who was pitching. 6 wild pitches in one game ties the modern-day record. Jacoby Ellsbury got a hit, but the Twins beat the Red Sox. To the Bravos. Top of the first, scoreless. Johnson facing Chipper, and he's just looking. Randy retired the first 9 batters in the order. Bottom of the third, runners in the corners. Try the hit and run. David Ross throws through. Martin Prado fires right back to the plate because Aaron Rowland was caught in no man's land. But the throw bounces. Ross can't handle it. And Rowland scores. Not supposed to work that way. Johnson gets Jones in the fourth. Jones appeared to re-injure his toe, walked gingerly back to the dugout there. Matt Diaz pops it up in foul ground. Emmanuel Burris, the long run, and makes the sliding grab. So the big unit getting some big help from his D, holds the Braves scoreless through 5. Top of the 6th. Jones on a check swing there again, in obvious pain. Randy, 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, 5 strikeouts, didn't walk a batter. Jones batting left-handed, he strikes out again 4 times in the game.
San Diego, Arizona, Wednesday night. There he is. Top 1 before Peavy even had a chance to pitch. Adrian Gonzalez up, run support. His 18th homer of the year, 13th on the road. It's tough to hit at Petco. 13 road homers. Leaves the major leagues in both categories. Top 4, Kevin Kuzmanov grounds to second. Ryan Roberts dive. Bad throw, but look at Miguel Montero backing up the play. Kuzmanov knows he's just a duck. That's excellent defense. That's why you have spring training to practice those things. Jake Peavy, excellent. Bottom 4, Montero, half a swing, that's a whole strike. Later in the frame, Chad Tracy, nothing there, and then Billy Buckner, new. Padres going to win at 8-5. Peavy 6 1/3, 4 earned 5 Ks, 3-0 in his last 3 starts.
This is Manny's suspension. He's hitting .421. Went 3 for 5 with 2 RBIs and scored a Clayton Kershaw. The Dodgers to sweep the Rockies, but Colorado got off to a good start. Ryan Spilborgh's the jack off Kershaw on the bottom of the 4th. Dodgers a 4-3 lead in the 7th. James Loney trying to get some insurance. Doubles in the right center off Randy Flores. Clears the bases. That puts LA up 7-3. Bottom of the 9th, Rockies do make it interesting. Down 8-5, bases loaded. Jonathan Broxton walks Todd Helton. Paul Phillips scores. Make it 8-6. Next batter, Brad Hawk. Swings in the first pitch he sees, rounds out the shortstop. The Dodgers survive, get the win. They're the only team to sweep the Rockies all season. And now they've done it twice. 8-6, the Dodgers hang on, beat Colorado.
Beer makers, Redbirds, finishing their series in Milwaukee. They split the first 2. Ken Maka looking on, top 6. Runner on 3rd, Jason LaRue, line drive to right. Nick Stavano scores. LaRue puts the Cards up 3-2. In the middle of the inning, LaRue doesn't realize there's a sausage race going. How do you not know that? Look, he blocks traffic, and the chorizo is off and on his way, taking advantage, I'm sure, for an easy victory. All right, let's go to the 9th. Cardinals still up 3-2. Runner on 1st. Mike Rivera, grounder to short. Should be an easy double play. Brendan Ryan bobbles the ball, gets Matt Gamble at 2nd, but got him safe at 1st. Couple of batters later, now we got runners in 1st and 2nd. J.J. Hardy at the dish. Grounder, Ryan got that one. Cardinals win at 3-2, and they now have a 1-game lead over Milwaukee in the Central. Albert Pujols, 2 walks, but no knocks. So it was freeze it, frame it, spell it.
Yeah.
SportsCenter's top plays, number 10. I'll do it. Mariners Athletics, Adrian Beltre flies it to right. Ryan Sweeney, foul ground, makes the very nice catch. A lot of times you do that in the park, you run into kids' bikes. Right. But in that case, they're clean.
At number 9 to the French Open, Rafael Nadal against Tiramisu Gabashvili. That's maybe I got the second name
is a
right.
dessert.
Oh, I see. Nadal is 30th straight French Open win.
Well, the guy was a patty cake. Number 8, Nuggets, Lakers. Lamar Odom goes up for the dunk, but look at Chris Anderson. Rejects him. And then, I believe, compliments from Jack. Get in there, doing the thing.
7, Blue Jays, Orioles. Marco Scutaro grounds short. Robert Andino makes the backhand scoop. the jump and the throw. Doing the Derek Jeter thing. More from this game shortly, and Dino making the play.
Number 6, Padres dimeback. Ryan Roberts grounds to short. Chris Burke, nice diving stop. And then gets up and poses him across the diamond. Jake Peavy. That's why I didn't want to go to the White Sox. I wanted you playing defense behind me. Burke, great play. Nice catch on the other end by Adrian Gonzalez.
At number 5, J's and O's, bottom 11. Baltimore down 10-9-2 on Nolan Reimold. Up and out. Get out of town. Orioles win 12-10. Let's bounce. And the old pie in the face. You know, that never gets old.
No, it doesn't. Number 4, Nuggets Lakers off the turnover. Paul Gasol finds Shannon Brown, and this time Anderson not so lucky. Had the nice block, but oh, Shannon Brown crunched him.
Oh, no Jack this time? Number 3, we have Xavi Hernandez, the cross. Lionel Messi finishes with the header. Boy, that Messi can play the game. On the cover of ESPN, the magazine, Barcelona wins 2-0 to win the Champions League title for the second time in 4 seasons.
I believe that was a second-half goal. Blackhawks Red Wings, Marian Hossa down the wing. Shot saved by Chris. Might be the most unbelievable haircut preventing, stamp buying save in the history of the game.
Yeah.
That's a, wow. They went to overtime. Need one more save after that.
Yeah, at number 1 in the overtime. Darren Helm, people, if you don't know him, make yourself familiar with him. Darren Helm could play a huge role in the upcoming Stanley Cup Final, which we understand will start Saturday night in Detroit.
Says Poppy Stinks, hitting 193 on the season coming into the game. Top 4 Red Sox down 1-0. He strikes out swinging, and he breaks his bat on the play. Ortiz's struggles continue. Top 6 tied at 1. Ortiz up again. Anthony Swarzak struck him out, and the bat paid for it. He didn't stink, but he didn't smell too good. 1 for 4 with 2 Ks. Top 7, Jason Varitek up and out off Swarzak. Red Sox up 2-1 after Varitek's 10th of the year. Later in the 7th, Julio Lugo up with a runner on second. And look at Lugo lay down the bunt. Home plate umpire Todd Tishner calls it foul. Well, as Lugo runs out of the box, the ball touches him. Unclear if he was out of the box before it touches him. Ron Gardenhire comes out to argue that Lugo should be called out. He would fly out and advance the runner to third. Later in the 7th, runners on first and third for Dustin Pedroia. Jason Kubel comes home. Jeff Bailey does too. Jeff Bailey tags from third. Catcher Mike Redmond applies the tag, but Bailey called safe. Redmond argues. He gets ejected. It appears Redmond does apply the tag before Bailey touches home. Here comes Ron Gardenhire out to argue as well, and Tishner tells him, why don't you go catch up with your catcher? Red Sox up 3-1. Bottom 7, same score, Josh Beckett to Brendan Harris. Varitek not happy with the call. He starts arguing with Tishner, and apparently he didn't learn. Tishner had a quick hook, but he found out. Terry Francona comes out, and I don't think you understand. I will throw you out of the game. And there you go. So both teams lose their catcher and manager. Oh, but the Red Sox still had Josh Beckett. That was plenty. 7 innings of work, 3 hits, 1 earned run, struck out 8, and the Red Sox hold on to win it 3-1. Delman Young, the victim there.
Defending American League champion Tampa Bay looking to avoid the 4-game sweep in Cleveland. Chris Kringle taking in the Tribe game.
So that's what he does.
And then he took Mrs. Claus to the Cavs game. Bottom 5, Indians up 1, and they're going to be up 2. Victor Martinez, second RBI. Top 6, same score. I know a cat name. Way out, Willie. Willie Ibar. But is it way out enough? Of Jensen Lewis, they reviewed it, ruled a home run, his 3rd of the year. It's a 2-1 game. Top 9. Kerry Wood. You know what team he's playing for right now?
Indian.
Team shut it down. Gets B.J. Upton looking with the fastball. Indians get the win. The Rays have now lost 17 straight at Cleveland. Ouch.
Straight win. That would be a season high, which meant absolutely nothing in the Tigers world. David Hernandez, 16th round pick in 05. Fastball, slider pitcher. Good strikeout to walk ratio in AAA. Tigers couldn't capitalize on the rookie, though. Top first, Brandon Inge sends it into deep left. Nolan Raimo there with the catch to win the inning. Hernandez out of an early jam. Top 5, 2 outs, 2 on for Magler Ordonez. Adam Jones will handle that one. The Orioles escape again. Bottom 5, 1-1 ball game. Raimo, boy, he's really been going good. Solo shot for him off Armando Galarraga. Raimo's 5th home run of the Orioles up 2-1. Bottom 8, 1 out, 2 on. Ryan Perry on the mound. He steps off the rubber. And it looks like Perry's having trouble with his contact. Hate it when that happens. He's all set now. Later in the inning, Luke Scott rips one. Doesn't like the look of it. Throws his bat down, but wait a minute. See, he's not crazy about the location of that home run. And it wasn't a grand slam. It was only a 3-run home run. His second of the night. Orioles win it 5-1. Hernandez wins his big league debut.
Atlanta scored just 5 runs total in 3 games at San Francisco, got swept. Now, Derek Lowe, though, he allows 2 or less in 7 of his 10 starts, so you don't have to give him a lot. But you do need to make the plays in the field. And Kelly Johnson misremembers how to field the grounder there, and that should have been a double play. Next batter, of course, bad things happen. Real bad things. Mark Reynolds, 2-run double. Arizona up 3-1. Next batter's, yeah, it's Captain Ken's guy, Eric Burns. RBI single. Reynolds scores. Diamondbacks 4-1 lead. Dan Herron, solid. Strange here, though. Look at that. I've fallen down.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he was hit hard Saturday. Here he just falls down awkwardly. Came out, he twisted his knee. He said, I'm staying in the game. I've got a beard. And gets Jordan Schaefer. 8
didn't have to do it.
5 hits. If you got a beard, you're a dude. Look at all the hockey guys. Arizona field, and the Dodgers have been great in the first inning. They've outscored their opponents 46-14. Juan Pierre, who's batting .422 since Manny out. He was on second. He's now home. Rafael Furcal's bunt got by Mike Fontenot, and so it's 1-0. Now, look, there's thirsty. May I suggest a Gatorade? That particular machine a little bit bruised after Carlos Zambrano had a meltdown on Wednesday. Zambrano was suspended 6 games by Major League Baseball for throwing the baseball, touching the ump, beating up the machine. He said he won't appeal. He said he admitted he was wrong.
Now that's G.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. He'll miss 1 start. Randy Wolf, man, he was on his game. Fontenot swinging, and then Andres Blanco, and then Randy Wells swinging. So looking good. He's got a 2-0 lead. Bobby Scales, he doesn't cry wolf. It's the sky that's crying. Second of the year for Scales. Seems like every time there's a good Cubs highlight, our man Scales is in it. Wolf, 7 innings, 1 earned, 7 Ks. Now, later in that inning, Ramon Troncaso into pitch. Ryan Theriot, 2 on, 4-6-3 double play. 3rd straight inning, the Cubs ended by hitting into the DP. Top 9, 2 outs, 2-1 still. Joe Torre going to let Troncaso bat with 2 on, and Anil Guzman strikes Troncaso out, swinging, inning over. Now, bottom 9. 1 out. Cubs bases loaded. Bobby Scales. Oh. Next batter. Jake Fox. Troncaso gets it. Dodgers have won 8 of their last 10, 4 straight. The Cubs 0-19 when scoring fewer than 4.
Let's start with a shout-out, Neil. Boris Kodjoe, the actor. You know who that is?
Never heard of him.
You met him with me at Wolfgang Puck. Number 10, Red Sox and Twins. J.D. Drew with a fly ball. Check out Denard Span making the catch. And the Red Sox going to win it 3-1 despite the great effort from Span.
Boris Kodjoe?
Yeah, he was at Wolfgang Puck. He was having dinner.
Rays Indians. B.J. Upton. Ground ball to second. Luis Valbuena. I was busy hanging out with James Brown.
Valbuena. V-A-L-B-U-E-N-A. Number 8, Rays and Indians. Kelly Shoppick with a hard ground ball. Evan Longoria. Longoria. Great play in losing effort. Indians win it 2-1.
At 7, STOP, SPELLING. Women's College World Series, Georgia, Washington. Alicia Blake grounded. Brianna Hessen makes the play. Great play, but you know what? It was a losing effort. Washington, Pac-10 wins.
Number 6, more Women's College World Series. Michigan and Alabama. Amanda Locke pops it up. Nice diving catch by the freshman Stephanie Kirkpatrick. Michigan wins 6-1. You know, you're going nowhere in this town if you don't start remembering people.
I should remember a cat whose name is Boris.
Exactly.
At 5, Braves Diamondbacks. Casey Kochman. Ground ball to second. Augie Ojeda brought his adult glove. We got more from this game when?
Right now. Braves and Diamondbacks, more Augie Ojeda. Brian McCann over to second. Ojeda makes the play. Leaps and throws first. Nice stab by Mark Reynolds. We have even more from this game coming up. But Mark Reynolds.
But first we have more from the Women's College World Series. It's the opening round. Arizona, Florida. Oh, Brittany Lestrapes, you're on SportsCenter. Unfortunately, your Arizona club lost the game. Florida 3-0.
This is pregame for the Magic and the Cavaliers. Dwight Howard. Now, we've seen LeBron do things like this, but look at Howard. Over the shoulder, gets the bounce, But Cleveland gets the win, 112-102.
Kind of dances like I do. I guess we can close the file on top plays. Number 1, Garrett Anderson, grounder. Stephen Drew. From my knees, Mom. Diamondbacks win.